Hi, welcome back to my channel, Book Chat with me. I'm Joe, and this week we are going to be discussing a book that is fairly unusual, and honestly, I don't think it's terribly well known, especially among today's readers. Um, uh, I'm gonna put kind of a disclaimer here, because this book is extremely good. But it's very, very allegorical towards a lot of things that tie in with the life of Christ. And a lot of people say that The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is allegorical, which it absolutely is. No arguing with that. But chances are people that have read the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe have not read this book. And honestly, that's kind of a shame because um, this week's book, the Book of the Dun Cow by Walter Wangnerin Jr., has so much allegory in it. And honestly, each time I read it, I am surprised by some of the references and some of the metaphors that are in this book. It's an absolutely fantastic read. But it if you're not expecting a religious aspect or an allegorical aspect, you might be a little bit thrown off. So I'm just putting that out there that if you're not ready for that or you don't like books that do that, this might not be the book for you. Anyway, um this unfortunately my copy of this book does not have um a descriptive back or inside cover. So I'm going to read the 3 reviews that are on the back of the book, and in case you can't tell, this is not in the best of shape. Partially because I've read it so much, and partially because I found it in my dad's bookcase in the garage and I stole it from him. Anyway. The Los Angeles Times says the Book of the Dun Cow belongs on the shelf with Animal Farm, Watership Down, and The Lord of the Rings, a powerful and enjoyable work of the imagination. So that kind of gives you an idea of what kind of caliber books that this could be compared to. And I honestly really agree with Watership Down because um, this book is centered on animals, except unlike in Watership Down, there isn't a human aspect in this book. Um, Peter S. Beagle, who was the author of The Last Unicorn, says, "One of a kind beauty. The best thing I can say about it is I wish I'd written it. The second best is that when I finished reading it, I went back to the first page and started over. Walter Wangnerin has the gift." And that's a pretty ringing endorsement from Peter S. Beagle, and he's a really good author. I'm actually going to be talking about The Last Unicorn in a future video because, again, very good writer. And then the last review is from the New York Times, and it says, "Far and away the most literate and intelligent story of the year. Violence and despair, passion and compassion, laughter and tears, and the ultimate triumph of goodness. It is a taut string plucked that reverberates in memory." So, um, like I mentioned with the first review, the Los Angeles Times, this book is entirely centered around a animal driven world. There is no human component to this book at all. That might surprise a couple of people, but all of the society, all of the everything in this book is animal based. They talk, they think, they work together. Everything is just the animals. And for me, that actually makes this a little bit of a better read because I feel like if they had tried to insert humans after starting out with the animals, it would have kind of broken the smooth storyline that it has. And also I honestly probably would have lost interest. So, yeah, completely animal based. And as has become the tradition, I I suppose, I'm going to read the first part of chapter 1. In the middle of the night, somebody began to cry outside of Chanticleer's coop. If it had been but a few sprinkled tears with nothing more than a moan or two, Chanticleer would probably not have minded. But this crying was more than a gentle moan. By each dark hour of the night it grew. It became a decided wail, and after that it became a definite howl. And howling, particularly at the door of his coop and in the middle of the night, howling Chanticleer minded very much. So, if you want to find out who was doing this wailing and howling and driving Chanticleer, who is actually pictured here on the front cover, out of his mind, you should really check out this book. And I love my copy of this book because the inside cover has some gorgeous artwork. Like, this is just beautifully done. And if you're wondering what this is, please read this book. It's so good. This is Chanticleer, the rooster. Anyway, if you just so happen to have read this book, please leave a comment of your favorite character and your favorite part of the book. If you haven't read this book and you would like to but need a little bit more information, please leave a question for me and I will do my best to answer that. If I can get 10 or more comments, I would really like to be able to do another video on this book and uh, answer some of the comments that are left, if I get any. um, Also, you can leave a suggestion for a book for me, and it might end up in a future video. It just depends. Um, as always, uh, I hope you enjoy the book if you do decide to read it. If you don't, that's fine. But if you want to, leave a like, maybe subscribe if you feel like it. Let me know how I'm doing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.